All right. Wait, this on? Yeah. Okay. Good. 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 Everything seems like it's functional. Let me turn this down slightly more. I think it's too loud. There we go. There we go. All right. So, as you may have guessed from the title and this beautiful picture that I'm showing on stream, my wonderful dog, golden retriever Rusty, has passed away. Normally I would not, I try to keep my private life and my public life separate here for you guys. No need for you guys to get all, wrapped up in my business or anything like that, right? But I feel that since, he's been, a small part of the streams for so long, that it's only appropriate that I update you guys. Thank you very much, Em, and I appreciate it. He was doing fine. He was healthy, right? It is a bit sudden, but he was I've had him for about as long as I've been in this this side of the FromSoft or Souls community, I guess I should say. So, almost a decade. He was he's getting on in years for sure. From what the vet was telling me, it seems that he had most likely a heart tumor. Very common with his breed of purebred Goldens and stuff, they get cancers and things like that all the time. It's asymptomatic, so it didn't look like it was affecting his quality of life or anything as far as I could tell and as far as the doctor mentioned. And it seems like, it was just a ticking time bomb, and it just so happened to go off last night. It's gonna be weird for me to kind of get into my new routine and everything like that, obviously. But things are gonna move on as always and everything like that. He's been a great buddy, as you can see here. Always cute with his balls and stuff like that. I wanted to let you guys at least have one picture, since he's gone. There's him with his ice cubes. God, he loved ice like a treat and everything like that, right? Oh, that's not the dog, right? There's him on the bed, right? Like after getting himself covered in all those goddamn stupid little stickers outside. Yeah. So the point is that, it's obviously been, it's been a rough year for me overall. This definitely wasn't something I was expecting I'd be dealing with today, but it is what it is, and we have to kind of move on. I've been making great progress with my lawn door thesis, which is why I haven't been streaming the past few days. So don't get the wrong idea. It wasn't or anything like that. I was just making such good progress. I was like, I just couldn't get myself to set up the stream or anything like that. But I didn't want to do that for you today, so I thought I was gonna maybe do some trails and we could casually play JRPGs, enjoy it. But things happen instead. I'm just not in the mood for that type of thing. It's not one of those types of days. So for all of you, I hope it's not gonna be awkward or anything for you guys to hear later on. If you're like, oh, where is he? Why have you mentioned him lately? He's gone. It's not passing away peacefully in his sleep, but it's the next closest thing, I would wager. So I can't complain too much. At the very least, he got to kind of go in his bed resting, and he had a happy life. So I have no regrets over how I've treated him. So that's kind of all I really have to say on that front and everything. I just felt that it's only fair that you guys be looped in on this. But like I said on the Twitter, not using the new name, post I made for this, we soldier on. So that's what it's gonna be. Today, in fact, we're gonna be working on Elfrida for third phase and stuff. I think it's about time we tackle that. Again, I want to thank all of you for any well wishes and stuff like that. I'll appreciate it. Your care is more than welcome. Yeah, decade is pretty good for a dog, for sure. You always think, well, maybe he's gonna be able to make it to 14 or something. Maybe he'll really, he'll go the distance. Doesn't always work out that way. It is what it is. I can only pray that the Lord will be able to find a place for him in paradise. He truly was a sweetie, as everyone was. I'm sure all of you who watched the streams knew. All right. I took a shot there of the dragons because I thought, you know, why didn't I get a shot of these dragons together? This actually looks kind of cool, you know? So I've rectified that. Yeah. I think the shot we got was pretty good. First, I thought there was like a missing tile or something. I was like, oh god, is part of the skybox missing and I missed it? How the hell? I'm like, man, I must be out of it. Anything else here? You know, I will say I tried getting before stream started. I was like, oh, maybe I can get some shots of like Lothric or something like from this angle or whatever. But like, nah, no. Oh yeah, no. This game is definitely not designed. Like I could, at best, I could do this. Right? Like something like this. And that's fine. Like I don't hate anything like that. It's just like, you know, be kind of cool to get a different angle on Lothric or whatever. But no, everything is either really low poly or nothing on the back. Nothing goes right. Alrighty, let's move. Params. Bonfire Ward, thank you. All right, so Sister Frida or Ariandel Chapel, which one would be better? I guess we'll find out. Alrighty. Oh. There we go. Ah, right, of course. Yeah, she does give you the physical chill bite ring, even though she seems to be like a phantom type thing. Granted, this isn't uncommon for illusions and stuff. We have seen that in the past. It's just kind of funny how like the illusion is holding onto like a genuine ring to just kind of hand out as like a random gift. You know, if that ever came to the point where, you know, she had to go give something, you know, bribe them to leave. Pretty sure this isn't gonna work, but we will try.
I see flame.
Yeah, no, but as I said at the beginning, you know, he had a good life. He had to go at some point. You know, we all have our time. His just came a little unexpectedly, you know?
What stops thine ears?
Anything else we want to grab here before we end up in the boss? Not really. Actually, now that I think about it, I would not be surprised if these are the same models. Oh yeah, actually. Yeah, they retextured them, so they don't have the stripes or anything. But I think these are the same models you see in like Undead Settlement and Cathedral of the Deep. A cool little bit of snow on that end there. I don't remember if you could see the tree branches and stuff from the other side either. Yeah, it's not really isn't easy now, is it? Oh, this might be worth mentioning how pillars have clearly been destroyed for the screens to be put in there, which kind of reinforces the idea that this place has a history. I do like that. God, somebody close these windows. Why the hell are they open? Ay, 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 ay. I cannot find this. I thought I had this angle earlier. That's the worst part. It's like I could have swore I had. Was it down here? Maybe it was down here. Damn. I could have swore, chat. I was like, damn, I found this really good angle. Maybe this side will do it for us. I do find it funny how they're like, we'll just take out the support pillars, replace them with these screens. I'm just saying, I find that kind of funny. Like, it's like, why was that? Like, why was that the decision? Like, who was like, yes, this is the best way to handle the architecture. There we go. See, chat, you always want to double check because you never know when you're going to find something new. This is Cathedral of the Deep architect, and Undead Settlement has this too, architecture. Obviously, like, this one's Irithyll and stuff like that. I don't remember if the tables are anything specific, though I'm sure they're generic enough assets. Maybe not with all the books on them, but they're probably, like, in... Yeah, they're probably in, like... the painting world or something, right? So... Oh god, if I start the boss fight, is that gonna move what's-her-face? That might... maybe we should go and do stuff before the boss fight first. Damn. I did not think this through, unfortunate. There we go. We're gonna do this first. Let me move this over. Ay, 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 ay. I like this. This is a cool shot. Let's just get rid of our guy so he's not in the way. No, that's statistics. Hero. Character flags. There we go. Yeah, no, Bray. I mean, everybody, I thank all of you for the well wishes. They are appreciated. You know, it's one of those things where everyone wants to say something, but there's not really anything you can really say. Yeah, it's funny to me. The more repeated assets you find, the harder you look. But I think it makes it all the more impressive how they make it look so natural, especially in this area, right? Like, this is a lot better than they did in Elden Ring, where it was literally they just copy pasted them. So I will give Miyazaki credit here. He most certainly tried. Uh-huh. Not sure if these are really worth mentioning. It's like the odd book or candlestick off to the side. Let's see. There is the corpse out here, so let's do this first. By the way, for those not aware, if you feel like I'm missing a reference image or something that would be worth grabbing or showcasing, because either you don't have any idea. Oh, I see. So that's how they handle it. Because these are basically the same thing as before. Yeah. Doesn't really explain why they're coming in from the ceiling, I suppose. But I guess you can always argue they're like interweaved in here, right? Actually, it's really cool. We can actually, like, the windows don't match up, right? But that's the case with all of these stupid buildings, so that's nothing new. I'm actually surprised by how well the building actually comports to, like, its genuine, size and everything. Like, so you only see it from, like, this angle? They really did try to make it as accurate as they could. Even a little passage here. Neat! Pretty sure you can't see this either from this angle, so it's like, yeah, you just see that. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, yeah. Okay, so, what I was trying to say earlier is that, if you ever see, like, a reference image or something that's missing, or you feel like maybe I could have done a better job, like maybe it's an older image clearly, and with my free cam, I could do a lot better nowadays. Oh, this is actually aligned. Oh, isn't that funny? It's not actually aligned. It's a bit lower. Oh, ain't that a hoot? See, this is why we do these types of things. You never know what you're gonna find. Nothing else I'm really seeing. And nothing really worth mentioning here as far as I can tell. We got the pictures and everything. You know what? Maybe... okay, this might be fair. I've gotten... I was looking at my shots I have of this area, and it's so goddamn dark in here. Just so dark. I think it's fair. Oh, I have to reset the area here, but where's the no update? There we go. All right. Now, let us go. Uh-huh. Yep, that was good. I do like how instead of proper canvas, they just use the paper or parchment scroll or whatever, models they've used in other areas. That's a bit funny to me. Yeah, I don't want to. I think what I want to do... All right, does this work? Well, first let's reset the area. Let's get the no update off. Wait, parry. Oh, I think it's like saying I can parry. All right, let's warp so we can reset this area. At least I'm pretty sure this is how it works. I hope it does. Oh boy. There we go. All right, let's see. Does this work? Not so far. Could be I'm just missing it. Also, is BGM too quiet? Just I did not double check the levels for everything, so. Alright, now. Can I be blessed with up here? No? Alright, in that case, we'll just do no gravity then. Ah, damn. Come on, it has to work here, right? Yeah, there we go. Okay. All right. No update, so we can keep things exactly like this. Whew. Actually, let's look at my shots of Ariandel. I don't remember the angles I originally got. Should be Atelier, right? As an Atelier, yep. Oh yeah, you just can't see anything. Yeah, like the shot I have, chat, is like this, like something close to this. Like you can't do anything with that. To give us more space, let's make the character invisible so we don't have to worry about the legs. There we go. Huh? Oh, did I screw something up? Oh, right, because no update. Duh. Yeah, of course. Duh. I can be such a dumbass. I really am. How do you guys go to me to learn lore? Seriously. All right. Alrighty. Perfect. There we go. You know what the scary part is? It doesn't look unnatural. Like, my brain tells me, yeah, there's no way this area would be this lit up, but it actually doesn't look off, if that makes sense, you know? Like some of these you can't help it. It's going to look a little off just by virtue of how the areas are designed. Yeah, that looks about right. Then I got a shot exactly like this already, but right, so all right. Something like this. I think the shot leading to the canvas is fine. The canvas is fine. Yeah, it's mostly just maybe of the snakes. Hey, Nick. These are Nick's 3 older brothers, Vivan, Philip, and Jimothy here with unfortunate news. Unfortunate news? Oh, no. What could that news possibly be? We regret to inform you that the vessel he was aboard was blown to smithereens by the IDF, and he's brown bread for sure. Thank you for your time and have a nice day. Oh, that's sorry to hear. Hope the IDF will give you compensation for your loss. All right. Wow, there's so many cobwebs here. There we go. Yeah, you know, this don't look bad. I'll take this shot. I can live with this. Yeah, a little bit on the side corner is not bad. It's when it's like covering the whole screen that it's like a problem. There we go. I think I've gotten a shot of these, so may as well grab them now. All right. We go this way. There we go. All right, I've taken, I think, every which angle. Yeah, don't make any racy jokes for my sake, if no one else's, Nick. We like to have our fun here, but YouTube sometimes doesn't like us poking the bear. All right, that's about right. There's nothing really else on this door. I think this will fix itself if I Yep, there we go. It's like all that stuff was cute. Hey, I am good to see ya. Good to see ya. Get some shots of our boy, our man, our dude. Oh, actually, I do want to get shots of him in the other area, don't I? Something like that. There we go. Manzaki, why? Why do you gotta do those little... I hate it. I just hate it. It's like, why? Why you gotta make it look ugly? My condolences. Thanks, I am. I appreciate it. Let us see. Oh, that looks pretty cool. I think this is neat. Uh-huh. Yeah, I should get a shot of these trees just so I remember. I'll even... Yeah, something like this. Something like this. Ah, damn. It's fine. It's fine. I'll know why I took them. I know why I took them 6 months from now. Surely. Surely future Loki will understand. He's much better put together. These are Nick's brothers again. We're hosting his funeral at the Chuck E. Cheese he used to frequent. Skillrex will be doing a full set as well. Well, as long as you guys don't decide you're going to go try to do some seance or necromancy. I'm sure he will definitely, most certainly, stay there in his coffin. Yeah, I can't get any. I'm sorry to say, Wilhelm, but you're not easy to get shots for. They banned Discord in my country, and I'm using VPN like a fugitive. LOL. Well, you better be careful there, I am, you know? Just be careful, you know? Yeah, you know what? I'll take a shot at this one. There we go. There we go. Perfect. All right, I think that's it. Let's get a shot of him. Him. There we go. Oh.
Why, you miserable mad hollow.
There we go. You're being careful? Okay, good, good. Yeah, I just, you know, you don't want to be on the wrong side of the law. It ain't for you to be thrown through the ringer, you know? But hey, at least you still got YouTube.
You're nothing without a bell to guide your way.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Oh, we're gonna be here for a while, unfortunately. I was very hopeful, maybe too hopeful, that I'd be able to get something workable from this. No comment, Nick. Yeah, we're gonna be here for a little while. All right, let's see. Anything else I'm missing here? Not really. God, I'm so proud of my Ari and Dell stuff. Just gonna look at my Twitter for the analyses. Yeah, it's true. It's a good thing that I do the announcements on not just one platform. That's for sure. All right, I think we're done here. Am I crazy? It looks like that mountain in the background looks like it's smoking or something. I'm probably just crazy. You know, like, I'm sure I'm just nuts, chat. I'm sure. No, I'm not. There's this strange breeze effect. That is so odd. I never noticed that, clearly. Oh god, what the hell is going wrong with your skybox? Hey, calm down. Calm down, Satan. World's got me down. Yeah, you know, I get you. Always something happening in life, right? Can't always be so cheery. Should be. You did a great job. Oh, thank you. I'm just very happy to, like, you know, having it half finished for so long was really irking me. Like, it's like, damn, I haven't touched this thing for years. It's just kind of sitting there. It's like got so much good stuff to talk about. So I was very glad I finally sat down and finished it. And the same is happening with Londor. It's coming together really nice. Oh, you know what? It's the same. Oh, that's where it is. That, yeah, you know what? That makes sense. Of course. Duh. It's the giant tree stuff. Duh. I'm an idiot. All right. 1, 2, 3. That's not gonna work. All right, so we should be safe here, and wow, it didn't kill me. I'll be honest, that was the most shocking part about this. All right. Yeah, this looks about good. Uh-huh. There you go. Man, Ariandel just decided I'm gonna paint a giant tree, I guess somewhere underneath here. We don't really see any trees really worthy of this elsewhere. Yeah, I don't think even the crypt has any of that. Are you screenshotting Ariandel into oblivion? I don't think into oblivion. Yeah. I just want to update some of the reference images for the thesis and get some of the stuff prepared for Londor. I haven't decided if Elfrida's stuff is going to be included, but it's looking that way. I'll say. Like, it kind of feels like that's how it's gonna go. Where the hell does the night even come from, boy? Like, a what? Ah, there he is. That's one of those. There we go. Ariandel is into trees like how Miyazaki is into feet. I would not be surprised. Like, he had to paint this. He had to paint it, be like, yes, there's going to be a giant tree somewhere inside the valley. Don't tell me how it's supposed to grow. Don't know about where you are, but for me today was the first really chilly day of the season. I couldn't be happier. I love autumn/winter weather. I agree. I like cool weather. As I always say, you can always put on another blanket. You can't take off enough clothes. That's where I stand on all this. just in case. Am I actually there? Yes, I am. Okay. It's so hard to tell sometimes, you know? There we go. Ooh, I like that. There we go. You turn on the air conditioner for summer, shake my head. You can turn on a heater for winter. Shake my head. I do declare. Okay, you know what? Let's reset to the settlement because I want to try to... I do want to try to get shots of that stupid Corvine up front. Where's that warp button? All right, no more chapel. Let's get to the Corvian settlement. Please and thank you. No! Yes! Ugh. Speaking of the season, are you much of a holiday guy? Shine really came off the apple for me as a young adult, which kind of sucks. I mean, I would say, I mean, how do I put this? Like, yes, I'm a holiday guy, but like most people will say like, oh man, I love Christmas. Christmas is my favorite holiday. Like, it's not my favorite. I'm more of a Halloween guy. But like, would I say that I don't like the holiday season? Of course not. I love it, you know? It's just like my relationship with it's a little... I don't know, I want to say like weird, but like, you know, my priorities about like which one I like the most is of course the big spooky scary one more, right? With the candy, of course, especially the candy. I do have a sweet tooth. But yeah, God willing, I'll somehow be having a good holiday season this year. It's interesting to me how this pew is already destroyed. I was very curious it was set up that way. Oh, this one's also destroyed. Or missing? God, it's so dark. I can't see. Hurry. There we go. Oh, lordy, 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 lord. All right, I'm not gonna lie. I think this is a pretty cool shot. I think I'm gonna keep this for. Yeah, I think we're keeping this. Halloween is coming. Oh yeah, it certainly is. Gonna be weird with trick-or-treaters this year, assuming we get any. You know how it was, Chad? Like the one year I got absolutely zero. I had all the candy. Then the next year, like they all came in and there was like zero candy left. Like it was like, goodness me, how eclectic. So I don't know what it's gonna be like this time. And you know, Rusty always loved people, so It's gonna be weird. It's gonna be weird not having him, you know, join me at the door. That's really what it's gonna be. It's mostly just gonna be getting used to all the new routines and everything. All right. There we go. There we are. There we go. Hollywood's got the superior medium vibes for sure. I think the problem with like Christmas media and stuff. I mean, people talk about the commercialization of Christmas. I do think there's too much focus on the Santa and all that cheer, you know, and not enough on the sweet baby Jesus, you know. I do kind of feel like as a way to kind of like, you know, make it so I don't even know how this makes sense really, but not to offend anybody. They try to use like, you know, Santa or something as kind of like, see, it's like, you know, it's for everybody. Again, very weird. You move? If so, what's that's been like? No, Nick, I haven't. I recommend watching the beginning of the stream for my situation. Just watch like the first like 5-10 minutes, whatever it is. Anyway, so there we go. There we go. Aha. Very, as I keep saying, very odd. Yeah, I got a shot that was like this. I'll be honest, I didn't like that shot. Uh-huh. There we go. I think I like that one. It's just a rock tech. Yeah, it's just a rock texture. There we go. Ah, thanks, Nick. I appreciate it. Anyway, so yeah, there's nothing I'm really gonna get there. You call me and should rebel. I mean, they're trying their hardest. Okay, it's a little hard when you got a really massive shit. You're taking a really, really massive shit. Now let's see. Yeah, nothing else we can do there. Oh, as always. All right. Rebel for Mama Priscilla.
I've seen your kind, time and time again. Every fleeing man must be caught. Every secret must be unearthed. Such is the conceit of the self-proclaimed seeker of truth. But in the end, you lack the stomach for the agony that you'll bring upon yourself.
There we go. I'm not sure if anyone's been reading the drafts I put up. I've had a lot more done these past few days. I need to put it up, but I've just, was hoping to get that done today, but, life had other plans, so let's see if I can probably get it done by tonight, though. Because there's a lot of stuff I'm working through. I think I've made some great progress, personally. There we go. God, I love it when a shot comes together. Now, if only we could solve this stupid chainmail clipping. Whee! God, it's gonna annoy me for all of eternity. Like, there's just no getting around that. It's gonna annoy the shit out of me. Never check the drafts, don't want to spell it. And that's fine, I do those mostly for me. So that way, we don't have another incident where my hard drive somehow breaks or God forbid something else happens and I lose all my data again. Like Blood's Beginning. That one hurt, chat. That really did hurt. I don't think I've ever fully recovered from losing Blood's Beginning. It's like your first child. It's like, damn. Like, it was literally perfection, and I was just about to back it up too, and damn. Like I said, life always throws you curveballs. God keeps it interesting. Wait, what? Okay, no, it's the sound of her clothes. I thought for a second I heard her nail scratching. All right. Let's do this. All right, there we go. Uh-huh. I think we have better shots of this, but just in case, I think this one has obvious scales. No, not on the hand at least. Up the arm's a different story. There we go. All right. How about the feetsies? Where are the little footsies? Show me those Priscilla little stubbies. I forget what the euphemism for feet and toes is anymore. I'm just gonna say this. I don't care if she's an 800-year-old lolly dragon. This still feels rather awkward. Alrighty. Yeah, I just think this is the type of thing you just can't really get a good look at outside of, ripping out the model. Just because of how they pose her and stuff. When writing, I save my drafts on certain websites. Yeah, like I said, I now do the Discord thing and stuff like that. I don't try to do the OneDrive on Word and stuff like that, because I find it such a pain, and it's much easier for me just to have the stuff on local. The problem for me way back when was I did not know the difference between SSD and a analog hard drive. I didn't even realize analog hard drives were like a record player. Like that was completely like mind-blowing information when I learned that. Because I'm like, wait, what? You're telling me I have everything saved on a record player? Like, why? It's a computer. It should be all digital and shit. But that's apparently what the SSD is for, so. Goes to show you what I know. Respect the lolly dragon, Lily. Listen, I'm giving her due respect. I'm just saying it's awkward to go up her skirt. Can't I be honest? Oh, thank you, Nick. Again, I appreciate the condolences. Thank you kindly. She'll paint us a new world. Yeah, she will. Whole new world. I'm very glad I have never seen... Well, actually, I can't say that because you guys in the Degeneracy channel and Discord have posted probably a few things. But I'm very glad that, generally speaking, I do not see not safe for work stuff regarding this franchise. I don't, it's like with Monster Hunter. It's like, I don't want to imagine what you people come up with. I really don't. It's just not that kind of series for me. Even in Dark Souls, you can't escape all the upskirts. Yeah, it's like, man, where people were saying that Dark Souls was becoming more and more anime, I didn't know this is what they meant. Yeah, something like this I think is fair. Something like this. There we go. Huh. So how does she have the power to just make a whole new world with paints? That's what the Blood of the Dark Soul is for, to give her the paints. It's not really much about power per se, as much as it is technique, right? It's painting, right? It's about you using magic through the medium of, I guess you could say paint stuff. I don't know what the pigments, I guess, would be the term. Right? With the brushes. And essentially perform dimensional magic, you know? Kind of like how Ariamis did it. Except he was using fire as the basis for his, the magic of his pigments. While as our little painter here is going to use the power of the dark. But yeah, I don't think there's anything like special or unique about how the painter was born, other than her having obviously a talent for painting. I think it was just like Mama Priscilla saw that her daughter had that potential, and I guess she saw that as a sign from Mama Velka or something, and was like, okay, I know I said I wouldn't, but I think I'm gonna teach you just in case. I'm sure everybody's gonna come around to my thinking eventually. Spoiler alert, they didn't. Back in Kingsfield, you save a woman's son. In Dark Souls, you look funny and do you save any children in Dark Souls? Obviously. Sorry, 800-year-old lolly dragon aside. I mean, most of the characters, they keep adults, and the children are left to be implied. Mostly because they end up in horrible situations. We sure as hell don't save Ocelot, I'll tell you that. We sure as hell don't save Ocelot. Do I plan to get another pet? I've gotten both my Goldens, from a rescue. Ideally, I would love to get another from there, but you know, we'll just see. There's a lot of stuff going on right now. I'll say this: Rusty made some travel plans easier for me. So, like, it's just one of those things where we'll just have to see, you know. I'm definitely the type that I agree. I love bringing a new animal into the fold, you know. I felt that way with my last Golden when I ended up getting Rusty. I would love to do it again, but again, it just depends on like who does the rest. I mean, the funny thing with Rusty was that if I remember correctly, he was kind of like a last minute, like the rescue called up, like being like, "Oh yeah, hey, we would like this guy's like just come in." He's like exactly the type, like exactly what you're looking for, like purebred, not too old, right? Like he wasn't like puppy, but like he's already, if I recall correctly, like 1 and a little bit years old. So he's like at least I think he's a little over halfway through his puppy years, right? Because they go up to about 3. So yeah. Ooh. Perfect. There we go. Yeah. So like, I don't know if I'll ever get that lucky again, you know? Hey guys, I told you guys like on stream whenever he was there or whatever, right? Like he would try to pet, he would try to like, come and do so, but he was a very well-behaved dog. He was very good. Male Goldens tend to be a little bit more independent and stuff like that, but he was Velcro. He had to stick with you. He couldn't accept there being a door between you and stuff. Like that bugged him, right? He definitely didn't like thunder or lightning, I can tell you that. Like, he heard that thunder, and oh boy, he would be, like, right next to me. He'd just be walking up there and laying down and being like, I need some comfort. I'm like, okay, buddy, don't worry. But yeah, so we'll just have to see how that plays out. We'll see. I can't find any better angles here. I'm sorry to say. Like, I'm not saying, like, I'm not trying to say that, like, this place is, crap for shots. It's kind of crap for shots. There we go. I guess? I don't know. This one doesn't speak to me personally, but whatever. We'll give it a shot. We'll give it a good 1-4. 1-2? 1-4, whatever. Hello? Oh, did I ever get a shot of him? I guess I did. Nah, but it was more like this, right? Yeah, getting up to 11, you know, like I said, you know, he seems so healthy, so you always wonder, like, is this one gonna make it all the way to like 14 or something? You know, is he become a sage among sage? But no, it was not meant to be. What a good dog you had. I sure don't remember my cats actually coming to me when they grew. Well, cats and dogs are very different. You know, I don't have any particular love for cats. You know, I've made jokes at their expense in the past or whatever, right? But they're all fundamentally, they're just different animals. How they show affection and all that jazz, right? Like, it's very different, you know? There's a reason why dogs are known as man's best friend, right? There's a very good reason. And Goldens, it's really hard to go wrong with a Golden. I mean, Rusty had, Rusty wasn't socialized with other dogs. So he did not, he could not play nice with them. He got very, very nasty. He's never actually harmed any as far as I was aware before he was adopted. Or rescued, I guess should be the terminology. But, like, he was definitely the type where, like, you couldn't really ever bring him anywhere. With other animals, because you just never know. It was always going to be at least an incident, and you never know if it was going to go beyond growling and barking, you know? But he really was sweet with people and stuff. So you never know, like, that's the thing with rescue dogs. You never know what their backstory is, what's, you know, what they've been through, what their experiences are. But he truly was, you know, he truly was a sweetheart. And, not really that much more I can say on that. All right. All right. Come get me, buddy. I'm waiting. I'm okay with that. All right. Can you, like, not break anything while I try to get... Like, I'm asking you. I'm asking nicely. Try to figure out where the hell this shit is. There we go. Come on, buddy. What did I just tell you? Oh, it's the right. Yes, you remember the time playing third with them. Must have been a really rare and wonderful experience in many ways, huh? Right. That's not healing. Unfortunately, I cannot, wait. Did the music stop? No, okay. Okay, yeah, you guys can still hear it. I'm really putting it quiet on my end. Uh-huh. I don't really need to show him using it because he's already got it, right? So. We already have that promotional screenshot of him using the skill, so I think we should be fine there. Really? Okay, there we go. Yeah, we already have this, so. Does he not have the... Guess he doesn't have a skill for this. Yeah, no luck. Yeah, so I guess the only thing I could do is get a shot of him performing Great Heal, huh? All right, let's do it. Let's return then. Dude is surprisingly boring. All right, let's see. What's the damage? That's 2. That's 3. That's 4. 5. That should be enough. Yep, it is. Okay. Good to know. The books! No! What did the books ever do to you, Wilhelm? I don't like that the destroyed is there. All right, let's... I guess he's not low enough. Oh, okay. Well,
My lady,
I tried.
swore an oath.
He wouldn't do it. Is Oshinoko's releasing season 3 soon? I need to watch season 2, man. I need to catch up. We need to wrap up this Dark Souls stuff so I can just go on my anime binge. I got like 50 series I need to be catching up on. I have not been able to focus on watching any of them, even in the background. It's a shame because, goddamn, the animation for so many of these have been phenomenal. I tried so goddamn hard, chat. Wilhelm would not cooperate. Like, if he was that close to dying, why won't you heal, dumbass? I should mention the dung pies. I really should mention the dung pies. Let's go to the chapel. We'll reload. Reloading! Yeah, Freebrand's another series I heard was really good. I'm looking forward to watching that. I think I got season 1, actually. I have to go check my Blu-rays. I might have already bought season 1 anticipating that was going to be something I like. All right. There we go. There we go. There we go. Uh-huh. Personally anticipate season 2 of Devil May Cry anime on Netflix, even though that was a weird adaptation. I've not heard anything about that thing except vaguely when it was like first coming out. So it really must have been weird if it really hasn't caught people, because, you know, everybody loves Devil May Cry. Ah. Who put all this stone stuff out here, you know? I mean, there's already the conveniently rotted tree branches that perfectly form a shortcut bridge, right? Like, who's like cushioning the fall with random stone pieces, you know? Personal favorite anime? Probably Death Note overall. I'd probably say Death Note, yeah. Would be my overall favorite. I also really like Code Geass, but Code Geass is also like just objectively like Code Geass is like this, it's like really great writing that's like strung together by like the dumbest shit. It really is a really bizarre series to what's the word? Not validate, but evaluate. There we go. Evaluate. Evaluate. Alrighty. That was my first. Yeah, I think for a lot of people. I mean, it wasn't mine, but like, I think for a lot of people, it definitely is. So I think, if I recall correctly, it was back on Toonami that it first aired, I think. So I think for a lot of people at that time, you know, you'd be watching it. Or was it Adult Swim? God, you know, it's all blurring together now, my damn goldfish memory. I think it also was that it's the perfect demographic wise for a lot of people where like if you were growing up on like Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh or what else was it? Digimon, of course, Digimon. How could I forget good old Digimon? Like, you know, if you were like growing up, you know, during that time on that, I think it was like the perfect place for you to be able to, you know, be like, oh yeah, I remember stuff that kind of looked like this. Oh, this is very different from that though. This is a lot more mature, right? So I think it's a natural stepping point for people. Never watched Code Geass. I would recommend it, Ian. I think it's a fun series with, it's definitely got a lot of merit to it. It's just also got a lot of, how do I put this nicely? Willful decisions. Like, Code Geass is the only series where I've cried at the ending, and as the credits were rolling, my actual, like, said out loud, first thing was, that was so fucking stupid. Like, I was actually crying. Like, I was emotionally invested. Like, it got everything. And I was still, like, the you know, the non-lizard part of my brain was still like, that has to be the dumbest, most nonsensical thing I've ever seen in my life. But yeah, it's definitely a series that grabs you emotionally, and it's got a wonderful world. I'm so impressed especially when it's like unique anime series that don't have like, you know, a source material to work off of, you know, so you don't have a proven track record. When they do come up with a story and world that you could really feel like it supersedes the characters, even though obviously I think Code Geass is really nothing without Lelouch. You take out Lelouch, to a lesser extent, you take out Suzaku. You just don't like. There's just no like you don't get Code Geass. Like, it'd be nowhere near as it would definitely not have that popularity, right? But the world itself, I think, aids those characters because you know it shapes them, informs them, and it makes it where they get to do new, interesting, and novel things within their setting. You're so scared to be judged you didn't even watch stuff like that? Oh, really? Yu Yu Hakusho's another good one. God damn. Man, when are they going to remake Yu Yu Hakusho, man? That would be so nice. I mean, they recently did that sequel series to Inuyasha, which is another wonderful franchise. I was glad that one actually got a complete adaptation in the end. Though again, it's kind of the last season, the final, what do they call it, final season or whatever. It's definitely rushed. So so it's not as good as it could have been, you know. Yes, I'll just take a shot of you. You definitely feel like, I'll be honest, you feel it mostly in the first 10 episodes. It's very obvious that they were trying to rush, like, through the beginning parts of the content for the first 10 episodes of the Inuyasha final season. Like, you feel the breakneck pace. And then it kind of evens out and becomes, like, a normal show. But it's really awkward because a lot of, like, big story and character moments happen in those first 10 episodes. So it's really weird how quickly they're kind of forcing themselves to get through it all. Code Geass is excellent, but I hate the art style, so look at the bodies. Yeah, Clamp is very hit or miss with people. You either love it or you hate it. Thankfully, I love it. I love what they do. I love Tsubasa Reservoir Chronicles with Clamp style. I would say I love Cardcaptor Sakura, right? But I do love the character designs there, and I think that just overall, I think Shaoran and Sakura is they're cute. I want nothing. Like, I think my favorite got, like, goddamn, the clear card ending, MV, when that came out, I was like, holy fucking shit, this is so cute. Like, God, I love them. Yeah, Yu Yu Hakusho is just excellent. I love Inuyasha, but I don't know if I would like it or Yu Yu Hakusho better. Overall, I think the author is just absolutely fantastic, so I can't really complain. All right, chat. I've looked. I cannot find for me angles I've not already grabbed. All right. Nothing new under the sun, as they say. Never either watched a Yu Yu Hakusho. Oh, these youngins. Next, you're gonna tell me you haven't watched Big Order. Don't, by the way, unless you want to laugh. Yeah, let's do it again. I want to be a little lower. There we go. Where the hell are the God rays coming from? The torch, I guess? Is that accurate? Oh no, not disabled. We don't want to actually put gravity back. No update. No update. Mob Psycho 100. Now that's one I actually haven't seen. I was never really a fan of at least the OG art style of like One Punch Man and stuff. So I never really got into that author's works. There we go. I had to say Big O at first. Big O's a good one, from what I recall. It's been a long time since I've seen that one, though. I will say it is one of the cool things seeing animation evolve and stuff in terms of both stylistically and just technology wise. Is just seeing just how much like the stuff you get nowadays, like it can hit so many big highs. Now, granted, there's still, in some ways, I think there's also some really big lows. Like there's some series where you're like, oh god. I think because there is so much more potential with animation, those lows become much more apparent, right? Like it's like when a show looks bad, it really looks bad versus say like 30 years ago, where like you're like, okay, yeah, like the animation's obviously not that great, but at the time, like the standard, like it was, is on par or even great for what it was. It's well worth your time. I actually prefer Mob over One Punch Man. Yeah, I can see that, because One Punch Man, I can imagine getting a little gimmicky. Okay, cool. Damn. Okay. All right, no update. Huh? I'll be honest, I don't know why it's not doing what I'm expecting it to. Let's put you back here. There we go. Was it like in a wall or something and I didn't know? You really can't see the... I forget if these crystal lizards have anything interesting. My assumption would be no, but you never know. I'm so scared for the influx of AI generated slop. It's all going to look like Berserk 2016. Never mind the jobs being lost. I was telling Zuli this the other day. It's like, you know, technology marches on. It will always have its benefits and its downsides, and we just have to learn. We'll have to figure it out, right? You know. It took a few fatalities before we finally figured out the rules of the road on how to work with cars and stuff as they replaced the horse and buggy. By comparison, I think AI is going to be much smoother. That said, I would not be surprised if it ends up like the dot-com bubble. I could definitely see that being the case, because I think everyone sees the potential of AI and they know what they want it to do, but it's not entirely clear to me if even in the next few years it'll actually be able to accomplish that. So again, we'll see. I'm not the doomer type, just FYI. You know, I feel like I've lived long enough to understand that we're nowhere near, what was it, 1458 or whatever, right? Things get a whole heck and a lot worse, especially in my neck of the woods. Like I said, like I was saying earlier, this is probably at the beginning of the stream. This is probably my. I think it's pretty close to probably being. Yeah, I'll say it. It's probably the worst year of my life. But I still think I'm so incredibly blessed. Like, what a blessed life it's been that this is my worst day. Well, not worst day, but worst year, I should say. I'm sure I've had worse days. No. Yeah, I cannot. Bless me, Jack. I cannot think of a better angle here. I'm just scared that human art is going to be devalued. I disagree. I think if anything, the influx of so much AI is going to make good art valued. The problem, what's going to happen is, I'll tell you, I'll give my 2 cents. What's going to happen is that the people who are always like the cream of the crop on the human art spectrum, they're going to be pretty much just fine. The bar for entry, though, for everyone else is going to be raised, though, to their level, because if you are not operating at that level, why the hell am I hiring you when a machine can do your job essentially indistinguishable, right? And you could say, no, but there's like soul or anything like that. Well, you know what? You show most people art. They don't see soul. They just see pretty lines and colors and pictures, right? Because as an artist myself, that's the reality. There's a lot of creativity and stuff that can definitely be done by 2D artists, and that's something they can't take away from you, for sure, right? But ultimately, when it comes to execution and technique and all that stuff, that's something that clearly machines are able to mimic. And and again, the technology is always going to be at its worst today. It'll always be better tomorrow. It's just going to keep on improving up to a point. So I think what's going to happen is that you're going to just see it's going to become very much like sort of Renaissance artists and stuff like that. You're going to need a very, very high bar to meet if you actually want to pursue, 2D art as a career, But again, you could say that's very similar to stuff like sculptures and other forms of the medium and things like that. But again, the point is just like, just in general, I think it's going to open the floodgates as a whole. Now, I think more important for me is not really important, I guess I should say more interesting to me is going to be seeing where copyright and stuff is going to fall on this. Like, are we going to have it where copyright laws are going to have to change to accommodate AI and the possibilities of what AI can do? Are we gonna have to create new laws that are completely separate from existing copyright law? That is going to have to, like, you know, factor in AI and stuff like that. Like, for example, I could see it being illegal in the future for any AI that could be depicting misleading material of real persons or places without a watermark. I could see something like that being made illegal because it will be considered some kind of well, I guess misinformation, but like for relevant to my country, be probably, some kind of fraud or deceit, right? You're not really you're not at, you're trying to give an impression about a certain place or a person when that's not really actually it. I could definitely see that where they want to make sure like something like that will get marked, so that, oh, this is AI. It's, or there's going to be some sort of like, what's the word? Disclaimer that, it may not be accurate to what it appears. May your life always be blessed. Well, thank you, I might appreciate it. That's valid. I just hate the idea of young people having the aspirations dashed on the rocks of the robot overlords. That's been happening since arguably the 1800s, and it certainly was happening when in manufacturing in the past few decades. And a whole lot of people, including artists, weren't making a hullabaloo about that then, because they thought, those machines will never take our jobs. Well, the Pied Piper came to pipe. So it's one of those things where I think that, how can I say this? My experience in life tells me that we're going to be fine, but things are going to be rough because they've always been rough with this stuff. Same thing when, internet and everything was exploding. Same thing with computers versus typewriters and yada, 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 cars versus horse and buggy. Things are going to change. It's inevitably going to cause some hurt for people. We can only pray it will ultimately be a net positive. Yeah, the AI is also going to make it like I'll be honest, it's going to be so difficult now, whether it's politicians or business leaders or mafia members or anything. It is going to be so difficult now to validate anything because there's always going to be the defense of that might be AI. And how do you determine that, right? Especially if you don't have any type of like code or anything to trace the image back. Like, oh, you see, we can trace in the code, and in the code it shows us this. Like, what happens if it's literally just a printed picture and you have nothing else? You don't have a digital version that you can trace, right? Like stuff like that. That's gonna get scary. And as well as like AI voices and stuff like that, you could be talking to someone that sounds like they're a legit person. They might even sound like someone you know, but it's not. It's an AI, and they're trying to steal from you. I was really just saying that thing about legally mandated watermarks to a core worker this morning. Yeah, again, like I was saying, it's one of those things where you're going, like, those discussions are going to be had because, again, we are discussing all the obvious problems that will happen because there's always going to be, this is true with any technology, there's always going to be a way to use it nefariously, right? You invent a car, you get a getaway vehicle, right? You get an AI, you now have perhaps the easiest thing to defraud people, right? You don't have to be someone who's like, can mimic like 50 billion different voices so they can't really figure out if it's the same person that's calling each time and track them down or whatever, right? You just have a machine do it for you, and no one's gonna be able to tell the difference. Again, is it cause for concern? Of course. I don't blame anybody for being nervous or worried. And like, again, it's always going to affect people's livelihoods. That's the way of it. And that's always going to suck. But again, I'm not a doomer. I'm definitely someone who very much sees, if there's one thing we humans are good at, it's dealing with problems with time. I truly believe that nothing short of a nuclear holocaust will be able to stop us. God, please, can we please avoid the nuclear holocaust? I pray you. All right, I think it's time, chat. I think it's time for us to go for Sister Frida. Oh God, stay hydrated, by the way. Especially today. Whew. Never have been so grateful for water. 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 Ariandel, what the fuck are you doing?
I see flame.
There.
Flame flickering once again. Not enough blood yet, shed. My flail. Bring me my flail.
Something indomitable human spirit, something paradise lost.
Stops thine ears. Please, my flail, right away.
Thank you, God, for water. It's like, yeah. Like, Lord, you give me bread and water. Best inventions you ever made. Appreciate you. Trying to see. I think another thing, what I really love about Ariandel is the subtlety, right? It's definitely a very subtle story. If you're not familiar with the events of Dark Souls 1 and to a lesser extent 2, right? It can be kind of weird to kind of drop in with everything we get thrown at here. But man, like, the way all this is set up and stuff. Mwah. Chef's kiss. I'll be honest, I think what impresses me most, considering it's so easy to, like, I definitely missed this my first time playing. Like, I didn't even realize about the stands here, or the statues here, or the snake stuff here. Like, these are details that obviously nobody's going to be able to notice when they first enter this area. Most people are not going to notice during the middle of the boss fight, because generally you're fighting in, you know, you want to be in the center for the boss, right? So you're not going to see that. And like after the boss fight, you're not exactly like going to be looking at every corner of all this destroyed and on fire rubble, right? Or the lore ramifications of Father Ariandel being Scottish. He's not living up to his heritage by not rebelling. He's a very bad Scotsman there. Uh-huh. I'll do that just to say I have it. Like, what the hell's going on with this feather? All right, it's time. Try to think. All right, so I think what we're gonna do. So I'm trying to think if I want to have cutscenes for this. I don't think so. I think we should be fine. I like how our character like kind of takes a look inside.
Bring Frida to me, please. Canst thou not see the flame flickering once again?
Uh-huh.
Soon will it surge. I can see it.
Miyazaki couldn't stop subverting Arendel's feet. I feel so bad for Miyazaki because everyone just thinks he's a foot person, and you know it's partially true probably, but like just the extent of him just like casually throwing like having artists draw characters barefoot, it all gets blamed on him.
Tis only the flame quivering at misguided ash. Please avert thine eyes. I would snuff out these ashes for good.
All right. Also, I've gained a new appreciation for watching these cutscenes without music because you get to hear all the little sound effects and detail and make connections that like visually may not click. Get back here, you asshole. Like that sound. Wolf. All right. Get up, girl. It's time for phase 2. Oh, all the stuff that didn't get destroyed somehow? There we go. Alright, if he gets annoying, we're turning his sound off, but... Alright, come on, do fire breath. Frida, not now. Yeah, I don't know about that. Okay. Here, just go. I don't think he's gonna do fire. Yeah, he seems pretty chill with just kind of like spilling that shit all over me. Oh, that's a burning pot. There. Oh, here's a crazy thought. Let's take control of the good father. There we go. What a shocker! Ariadne has a really... Oh. Before I forget. Damn, I forgot. Whoops! I forgot. I forgot. I no longer have no hitboxes. All right, invisibility, invulnerability. Yeah, that's about it. Maybe infinite stamina. No. Maybe infinite stamina just to simplify things. Oh, you're not. You're not who I wanted. There we go. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of... Like, I understand it if it's like actual like human Earth setting, but if it's like fantasy or sci-fi or something, I don't need real brands anywhere in the IP. Like, I can understand a GTA 6 having Sprite or something, brand, Coca-Cola, right? Like, I understand it because like it's gonna be GTA 6 in like Miami, so you'd expect everything to look like Miami. All right, now. There we go. All right, now, what are you doing? I control you now. Oh my, look, where's that reset? There we go. That's not right. That's not right. Ah, I see. So do not press circle. That is what I've been told. That's what you're telling me, game. Just do not press the circle. All right, so everything but circle does nothing. Reset. Wow, a lot of his moves are really... What's the word? basic. Like, they don't really give you access to a lot of his moveset with a controller. Yeah, goddamn. Imagine Armored Core having, like, brand deals on the side of each of the cores. Like, the ACs would be... God, would that be silly. Pretty sure an anime did that. I like King Solomon's ring in Dark Souls. His brand of kingdom is very trendy. So, listen, Japan loves Solomon. I have personally never understood it. It must be because of the whole Ars Goetia thing, all the Jewish legends about him. And the alchemist stuff, I think, also have stuff on him. That's the only thing I can think of, because I, for the life of me, cannot understand why they are so obsessed with him. Other than the fact that they really like the idea of a king who controls a bunch of demons that they can turn into hot girls. The only thing I can imagine. Why can you not be? Just be normal. I'm not asking for much here. There we go. There we go. There we go. All right, it is time. We got what we could. Interesting. I never realized Frida could heal. Maybe I knew that, but I forgot. But like, that it would, Nick. That it would. I mean, are they all one? Yeah, they're one health bar. Oh. Frida. Frida, no! Frida, no! Right. I can't hit them again without them dying, so... Frida, do it, like, over here. I assume this thing's on a timer, or it's just really rare to trigger. I'm new here. Why can't I see the character? Cheat engine, my bud. Cheat engine. Come on, do it. There we go. Got shots of the miracle. I should probably add that in Ariandel that she actually casts miracles and stuff. Now, Frida, I would love it. Could you, like, get to the center here? It's a little bit. There we go. All right, free camp. Do your thing. There we go. There we go. All right, let's put ourselves in the middle here. Because Loki hates you. Why would you say that? Why would you say that? Ariandel is scared of Loki. I don't know what you could possibly be talking about. I am. Oh, that was a good shot. I should have taken. Uh-huh. Yeah, she uses ice with both of them still. She also seems to use flame with both of them. All right, now let's do this one. Uh-huh. An embered Frida wielding ice and black flame. Like, ain't she the combination of little visual effects? Yeah, girl, I need you to not have the fog wall in the background. It distracts from the shot. Like, it's very important to me. I know you don't get it. God, Frida's definitely got the moves. Girl, I can't have my hand on the button while also having the camera move around to follow you. You gotta work with me here. This angle is not working as much as I would like it. The ice ones look cool. But the flame stuff, it just covers too much from this low vantage. Come on, girl. Do some black flame. There we go. Oh, you went further this way. Okay. Howdy, Xavier. Good to see ya. Thanks for the condolences. I appreciate it. I said all I wanted to say at the beginning of the stream, so if you want to, take the time to watch the first 10 minutes or so, whatever it is. Just make my announcement to all of you. All right. Where is that? She does that thing where it's like a wheel, a vertical wheel instead of the horizontal right in here. But it's super hard, it seems, to get her to actually want to do it. She did it earlier when she like jumped away from me, so. Miyazaki going through his old OCs now. Is that what we're working on? These are like his D&D his wish fulfillment D&D characters. Oh yeah, there's the vertical one. Okay. Uh-huh. Okay, no. Okay, the cloud makes her go this way. Okay. That makes sense. Oh, damn. I never have the good angle on that. I gotta remember. Oh! Come on, do it. Do the wheel of black flame. That was cool. Come on, do the vertical. Black flame, black flame, black flame me up, daddy. Or mommy? Whatever you are. Uh-oh. There we go. Finally. Oh. Yeah, she doesn't use Black Flame as much as you'd think she would, you know? Aren't Dark Souls characters technically called Miyazaki's OCs except Seath and Patches? I mean, technically all the characters are his OCs, period, even Seath and Patches, because they're own characters. I mean, Patches is basically Miyazaki's signature. At least the iteration of him is known as. I don't remember what he, if there's a Patches in past games or whatever, if there's anything resembling the original character that much. But, like, I wouldn't call the Seath portrayed in Dark Souls anything like the Seath portrayed in Kingsfield, right? Like, it's like comparing Calamine in that one too. It's like they're very obviously their own characters that are very different from their original archetypes. They maybe only have like a few very vague similarities. Go on, do it. Go on, mix it in. I'd love her to do the jump attack again with the Black Flame. Yeah, I feel these... I don't really think we have enough shots to work with here. Shadow Tower, Eclipse, Armored Core each have a patches or a patch. Well, Armored Core, that's Miyazaki. I think it's the Miyazaki game that added that Armored Core patch. But Shadow Tower also has a patches, right? Was it patches by that name, or I really recall it being a patches like character, but not that. But maybe it's been a while because I think Acer Aesthetics covered it or something. All right. Well, that's not the one I wanted you to do. I wanted you to do the Black Flame one, but we'll take it, I guess. Yeah, I don't think he's named. That's what I thought. See, that's kind of my point. It's like, you know, Patches is definitely a Miyazaki original, and Seath, you know, From Software is just a company that really loves referencing itself. Like, they're really into it for some reason. So they love all the little callbacks and little, like, tie-ins that they can weave into their past works. All right. I think that's enough, chat. I think we've got enough shots to work with. So whatever... I don't know if Elfrida will be a separate article, if she's going to end up being part of Londor or not. But I think we can all say, I've done my job. Got shots of her Black Flame and stuff. People know exactly what I'm talking about when we look at it. The only real question now is going to be... My audio was off that whole time. My bad, chat. My bad. I didn't realize when I moved things around. Anyway, as I was saying at the beginning, I think we've gotten what we've wanted. Whether Elfrida's going to be her own article or, you know, part of Ariandel, doesn't matter. We got what we wanted. To IM's question about having another Seath in the future, I think that we've had plenty of, you know, variations and iterations on characters. Who knows if Miyazaki even had Seath in mind at the beginning of development? It could have just been he had this idea of a scaleless dragon who would represent sort of like changes that the dragons underwent and the frustrations that causes, you know, and like it ended up just slowly over time developing where it just made more sense to use the white dragon persona. Maybe he was thinking stuff kind of like with Bloodborne and Great One Kin. And like he wanted that alien look, and it just became natural to use the same motif as like, oh, this is just like Seath, right? Damn, he really is having a bad day. Well, though, it's just that it's because I moved with it. The problem I have with this mic, I love this mic a lot. It's so much better than the old one. The problem that I have is with the arm and stuff. If I move it, the wire is really loose on the bottom. I don't know if there's like an alternative wire I can use that'll make this better or whatever, but like it's really loose. So if I like move this thing around, when I go like here, and then I go here, sometimes it will just, well, like you saw, it'll just mute, it'll just like unplug itself slightly and then become muted, even though it's still technically plugged in. So, oh well, that is what it is. We got some good stuff accomplished today. It was a good way to spend my time, felt productive. That's always a good feeling. So thanks so much, guys. Again, I don't know if I'll be getting to Londor today because of everything, but I'll see what I can do. Until then, be safe, everybody. Later.